they want to work on.
I wouldn't mind giving Discourse a go if you want to work on work items, Bertrand.
Okay.
Daniel. And Bertrand to play with APIs. Or if you want to try first on a different repository just to check everything's working, like a temporary repository, Bertrand, that would be better maybe. And when it works, go with the main repo. You see what I mean? Export data, XML. XML works.
What data is this?
Yeah, what data?
Oh, data. Everything for work items from Codeplex.
Wow.
Whatever we can get, I suppose.
It's a database, so I will just do sort of tables.
I'll take care manually of the few pages we have on Codeplex as well. I'll transform that into Markdown and put it in the repo.
Gustavo pasted in a link in the chat window to a Codeplex issues importer.
Yeah, thanks.
But
I don't know if it's the same that the Aaron Python team had, but I'll look at that.
Codeplex issues importer. Interesting. So it's using an API from Codeplex because there is an API in Codeplex, but very limited. Or is it just how does it work?
The same tool. This is in Python, so.
Yeah, we could try it on a different. Can you try that, Daniel? I think. No. So Bertrand. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take care of it, and that's better because Discourse is Ruby, and I'm not so good on Ruby, but I understand Python, so this is perfect.
Yeah, they also have some import format that, and then to import everything. By the way, if you could do something, because at some point. It will be important for the forum and for the work items, some username mapping. So for instance, for me, it's Sébastien Ross / Sébastien Ross, but we might want to ask for people to give us their GitHub accounts if we don't know them. So if we want to assign the issue to the one guy who created it, but with a GitHub username.
There's another link in the chat window. It says there's an option that supports the mapping.
Ooh. So all the user. So the link, I click on the link. So this is not the same script.
No, it's a different one.
Different one. Okay. Interesting. And this one is more recent, maybe. Interesting. You know what? If it works, maybe it will work nice. Plus the code, we can give it a go, and the forum can be done in parallel. Because right now it doesn't work, the forum, so it can't be worse. Interesting. Okay, let's try that. Bertrand, as soon as you tell me the issues work, and you have a user map file, maybe it's time to call for a user map file actually, and I can move the code and it's official. You can try with 1-2 names just to see if it works, and then when we know it works, try it on the main repository with the full names.
I don't think.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Require a full map. That's never going to happen, but.
Well, for the people who are active.
Lots of people are active.
I sent a tweet from the Orchard to where can we Google Doc? Can we use a Google? Oh, sorry, an Office 365 document.
Yeah, maybe a spreadsheet.
Yes, spreadsheet, and I point the link to that. Everyone updates their account. We'll give it 48 hours. Boom.
Okay.
How do I do that? Oh, I just go on my OneDrive and create. I'm sure that's as easy. OneDrive. Public. I have a public here. New. Microsoft Excel. Where is Excel? Here. Share a OneDrive link. Beautiful. Oh, this is the thing which takes hours to create new link, so I will go online. Codeplex, GitHub. Sébastien Ross. Just to give an example.
We could ask everyone who has a different username to actually fill that. Because otherwise we don't have to do anything.
Mine is Decorum on Codeplex.
Okay, so yes.
Jetski 5822 in both places.
I will put it online and you will update it to our sufficient. Oh, the link couldn't be created. Sure, I'll try again in a few minutes. Save. No, it's not one. It's OneDrive. OneDrive. Public. Where is this Excel sheet?
It's
This one. So yeah, up, right click, share. Get a link. Choose edit. Create link. Everyone can view. Create link. Shorten link. Okay, let me paste it and tell me if it works. Where is Uber? Here. Enjoy. And if I go there, someone else has this book locked. Yeah, I can close it.
It works. Edit workbook. Okay.
You should edit online because otherwise it will lock everyone.
Yeah.
Daniel Stott is now editing the workbook. Multiple new people are editing the workbook. Oh, and they will already the same with the same row, I'm sure. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Whoa, beautiful. Yeah. That's a nice exercise. How would in terms of algorithm, how would you interesting. This is so interesting. Okay, let it go. Blah blah blah. I will just copy paste the URLs that someone pasted. Gustavo, thank you, Gustavo. Okay, slide. Blah blah. So this is just now for the forum. Pages Bertrand manually.
It's so cool watching everybody's cursors move around in Excel. It's like a multiplayer RTS. We could probably play something.
That could be a game, yeah. There's nothing obvious here. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see how it goes. Where is the username mapping at? Beautiful. Signalar. It's Signalar.
This is so much fun.
Well, they're building it into Excel, aren't they?
Let's do a race to the bottom right. First one to get there wins.
A race to the bottom, isn't that what we always do?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing else, I assume. So that should be pretty quick. Just the forum will take more time. But yeah, I already tried to set up a Discourse forum on Azure and it worked. And actually, Antoine had also done that on Bitnami, I assume. Something like this.
Did I hear anybody say Ruby? Is Discourse on Ruby?
Discourse is on Ruby, yes.
I've literally never even seen Ruby.
You don't care? Because you don't care. They expect an import file in a specific format. You say import and boom.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
And to set up, same thing. There is a VM already defined, I assume, in Azure. It just works fine. It works fine, sorry. So that should be easy. And then there is an admin like Orchard, and you define groups and admins and users. Passwords. Beautiful. There is a VM which includes also, because it's based on Redis too, it uses Redis, so you can have a VM with everything inside. Okay, cool. Thanks everyone. So next, status. I haven't pulled. Just to mention some bugs, Daniel, because you're here, and Sipke too. So on Thursday, it was a French triage session, because it was Antoine, Bertrand, and myself. So we found some bugs in the layout module.
The first one is a known one.
Okay, so move an element between rows was impossible, and it was kind of sad.
Yeah, right now you will have to copy, cut and paste. But we want support for that. It's just
okay. It's not blocking, but it's the first thing I tried to do. I created some text and I wanted it on the right because because that's the layout. That's beautiful. So difference between paragraph and HTML elements is just the editor.
There's actually there's a subtle other difference, and that it has to do with the rendering of the element. So if you choose a paragraph element and you assign CSS clauses or a style or an ID, that will be rendered on the P element as opposed to an HTML element that will render a div element, and then that div element will have the ID, class, and style attributes if you provide those attributes.
Okay.
So if you want to find control on a paragraph element, that's when you use a paragraph element.
So it needs
That's
maybe
the reason behind it. But if you have different ideas, then
maybe a paragraph just needs a little text at the top to explain what it does, because even that not obvious that paragraph accepts HTML, because when you are in the text area, you don't know if you type HTML or if you type text and it will be formatted. So it accepts HTML actually.
Yes.
And it encodes it. Okay. But then look at that. Text element doesn't work. It re-encodes the content every time it is saved.
Oh.
So if you create a text and you put some tags, they will be, or chars like ampersand, they will be encoded. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And if you save, encode it again. And if you save, encode it again. So just drag and drop a text, put some chars, HTML chars, and you will see save. You will see the view.
You fixed this for the HTML element, I believe, but maybe not for the text.
Well, it wasn't an issue with just a single element. It was a global issue. So this is interesting. I'll look into it.
Okay.
So image selection doesn't cover up the save button. Then when adding a new image, the reflex is too clear. So yes. So when you insert an image from the layout, then there is a pop-up, and I can import. Okay, but the select from the media management is hidden. You know, it's an issue in the media management, but
you need to scroll
down. But because you don't see it, you see the save of the image, of your module, of your element. So I say, okay, let's save. And when you save, nothing has been selected, and you get with an empty image. So there is we
noticed this.
Yeah, we need maybe to move the select button at the top or somewhere else so we can see, or hide the save button.
Initially I think we should that's the easiest thing to do, is just hide the save button when you're browsing.
Or make the pop-ups full screen like we do for the media.
It's like it's an iframe and an iframe. They're all like pop-up on pop-up. It's a bit confusing, I think.
Deprecate. Oh yeah. So then the talk was, let's deprecate custom forms like we did for rules and media. It's still there, but in a folder called deprecated, so that people should use your module instead. Okay. When I say your module, I mean our module, because it's a community project. One user is not to include recursive layout page. Oh, we had this issue. I selected insert content item element, and I selected the home page. No, it was actually a projection of all pages inside a page. And then...
So the page that we were editing was part of the projection results, and we had a projection elements in there. And the dynamic layout is part of the summary representation of the page. So we had an infinite loop there, and nasty one.
Yeah, both in the front end and the back end.
Yeah, and the only thing you could do is just restart the server. So that was really bad. And that kind of showed that maybe there would be a need for, being able to create alternate representations of the same item, alternate layouts of the same item. Maybe something like a summary layout. I don't know. Or maybe you can add as many as you want, with different display types. That would be an interesting feature for the future. But for the moment, the infinite loop needs to be fixed.
Yeah. That can't happen on production.
Non-reentrance code, that should be easy to do.
I found another bug in images yesterday. I haven't put it on CodePlex. Do you want to just list it here?
You want to? No, can you put it on CodePlex?
I haven't had trouble posting issues on CodePlex, but maybe my thing is just special. If you try to edit it, if you place an image in the layout and then you go back and try to edit it, you get the full screen. You don't get the modal pop-up anymore. You get the full screen image editor with the side menu, and all the other stuff gets shoved into the iframe.
Yeah, I actually think we should consider creating a different media library browser just for this thing. It's just hard.
Are they editing the instance in the layout, or are they editing the actual media content item? I mean, maybe just remove the edit link and just have them, if you either want the image or don't want it, you just add it or delete it. I guess I'm unclear as to what they're editing. Are they editing the instance?
We're reusing existing UI, so we need to have a discussion on what will be best to do.
I mean, I would just take it out for now. I mean, either you have the image or you don't. Because you're confusing people. Are they editing the instance of the image that's in the layout, or are they actually editing the instance of the image that's in the media library? It's unclear.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you wait for GitHub to paste the bug? We'll see. Well, we need to check. Sorry. We need to check that when we import the work items, we keep the tags like 1.8.x and so on. I'm sure they do that, but we'll see how it goes. Cool. Great. So what's up here? So this was the status on Thursday. This is on my branch. Bertrand, once in a while working on that, fixing element wrapper part, untabify future manager, that's good. Untabify code generation commands. Can't you just untabify everything? Okay. Good. Perfect. What else? What did I miss?
Have you contacted those guys about VNext yet?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. I assume they haven't, right?
Correct. This afternoon, I'm sure I can do it this afternoon. Ping me, don't go to bed, and I'll do it.
So how about the the output cache vis-a-vis IIS kernel caching? Can you shed some light on how that's meant to work? Is it a scenario to run both, or does one kind of replace the other?
Nope. Yes, one takes over the other. There are different levels of caching. It's like the issue is that kernel cache, to be able to work, will need the output cache to be enabled, because the option is there.
Why is that? Doesn't IIS kernel cache isn't it its own output caching, so to speak?
And you will understand that because you implemented it even better, is that let's say output cache has 5 minutes delay, okay? And then you can say on public caching, you can say 5 seconds. The idea is that this guy, public cache, which in this case can be IIS kernel cache, it can be Nginx or whatever reverse proxy, okay, you want.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy will handle bursts of calls. So in the 5 seconds period, it will handle all the requests, and much faster than Orchard can do, or the web server can do. And then after that, there will be a call on the server side, which will be cached by 300 seconds. And this guy is automatically invalidated most of the time. Okay? So
you mean when you change an item?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fallback to this guy. So it's just another level.
Okay. So why do you need the former to activate the latter?
Because this could be a different module, a different feature, but this module, output cache, and this feature, because there is only one feature, has the option to define the public cache value. So this is the same filter, which will either load the content from the cache and also add the header to the result to tell public cache nodes, oh, this is public cacheable.
I see. So it just happens to be the case that the same module does both things.
Yes.
But there's no configurable, like you only configure one duration. So where do you configure the 5-second interval?
No, there is another duration. There are two. There is not even a checkbox. There are two text boxes.
Nope.
Ooh, you removed it.
No, I did not.
Let me see.
I never saw it actually.
Seriously? No, no way. Yes, I'm almost sure about it. I wrote it. Boom! MaxAge.
Aha, that's what that one's for.
This is called MaxAge. When define a cache control header with MaxAge property will be added. Use this order to enable kernel cache on IIS. So this is called public cache in the header, but yeah, it's a MaxAge. Yeah, that's the same thing.
Okay, and it controls not only IIS kernel cache, but also potentially other caching layers.
Yes, potentially.
Okay.
IIS kernel cache will be on by default if there is a MaxAge, and use that. Nginx will be its default value, but you can customize. So you could say ignore that and override whatever MaxAge is defined. So that's kind of not really the case. It's not because you set the MaxAge that it will be used in Nginx, but that's how you should do that if you want to configure that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And even the client will do that. So even browsers will use the value.
Yep. Okay. So what you want me to do in terms of the changes that I made to output cache is to verify that it works.
It works.
Both of them enabled.
And the bug being that I remember, and some others will remember, that at some point you could see duplicated content. So you will hit F5 and you will have the home page twice. Because I was using the technique you are using right now with the capture stream.
Right. So you mean rendered twice in the same response?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I can't explain that why, but I was working with Levi, the SPI guru, and it was clear for him that the issue was how we use the capture stream. So it works and perfect.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a go. This MaxAge text box, is it in units of seconds?
Seconds.
Okay. And 0 means disable.
Yes.
Okay.
It's obvious, no?
Yeah. When you
write the code, I'm telling you it's obvious.
Maybe I'll clarify that hint actually while I'm at it. Okay, great. Thanks. That clears it up.
Okay, questions? We can't do bug triage. That's so sad. Because there is no new bugs.
However, there are existing ones, and I think we can actually edit issues. So you can't comment them or create new ones, but you can edit.
Let's see. Oh, we have a high one. Where is that? Why doesn't it appear there? If proposed. What is that?
There is one under Windows 8.2.
And it's proposed as high. I don't get it. There should be another one. The NIBN 8 one. The Lucene one.
There's a MySQL one with DB indexes. But that's under 1.8.2. And it's active.
8.2. Oh, I forgot about it. Thank you. Okay, we have two of them, and there is a third one. So the MySQL, how is that doing? March 25th. Okay, it's still open. Nobody fixed it. I'm blaming you. And this one needs to be fixed correctly. Yes, this is an old one, and there was a fix, but I reverted the fix, and then Sipcut tried to do something. Yes, and this one needs to be. It's not blocking. It's not a regression. It's just a bug. I know why it's high. Would define it too high? Don't tell me, but could be. So yeah, to fix this one, we should just look into the first issue and not the solution that Coding Lab proposed, because it was wrong. It's breaking, and it was not the issue actually. So this one, just so we can't create a new one, but we need to mention that. There were some tweets between Benedek and Bertrand about why I started that, about fields which get erased, something like this. What was the issue?
Is that when you have multiple indexes, when you try to save the options, so the checkboxes where you select what gets indexed, the one you save is, well, nothing really gets saved, and existing settings get deleted.
That's weird.
And then it doesn't work, and nothing works. And
I'm using that in prod
indexing
in the
is
website.
Yeah, there is a way you can make it work.
Okay.
You kind of have to work around the bugs. So I was able to make it work as well, but I really had to work around the bugs.
So this is weird, because I'm using that in prod in the website, and it's beautiful.
Successfully set it up, it works.
Okay, so if you have a repro, very simple one, that will be great, because yeah, I'm even using that to separate the indexes from the admin to the front end. Okay, so but this will be blocking because it's a new feature, and if it doesn't work and it's breaking the old indexes, that's bad. So,
there is also the issue that the default index has a hard-coded name in the code. And it's not even documented, and so you have to create the index with the right name, otherwise it doesn't work.
This is weird. I think it's it's there's a default. It's fixed. It's
okay.
For long. There is a setting for that in the bottom left, and if Antoine was here, he will confirm that, because somebody already mentioned that a few months back.
Good.
He's not here. Yeah, because if you enable the search module, then you have a search settings, and the default is what is the name of the search index to use.
So that was it. Yeah, it's created by the migration with the right name, but if you want to recreate it manually,
you don't know which one to use.
You had to use the same name that the migration was using. That was the issue. But if you're saying it's fixed.
Okay, well, I will check then, because you can type, and if you can select which index to use in the front end, and you have a drop down, and by default, if it's empty, you select which one you want.
Yeah, in theory.
Okay.
But there was one place where it was hard-coded.
Okay. So this is the new Codeplex issue management. Good. Any other question? So for those who arrived late, I'm looking far east. We talked about moving to GitHub because Codeplex is broken, and we define.
By the way, you can start entering those issues in GitHub.
Yeah, I wait for you to create them and see how the tags work, and
okay.
Because maybe we need to do it twice and delete everything. I don't know. That's why I'm saying you should use another repository first to try to see how it goes.
Sure.
And maybe fix the script in some points. We have many work items. Maybe it was not supposed to work with so many items. We'll see. But man, it will become one of the biggest projects on GitHub. Good. No more questions? Let's see on Thursday what is already done, and hopefully do some triage on GitHub. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
Thanks, guys. See you on Thursday.
See you later.
Sebastian, do you want me to ping you now, Sebastian, and remind you? Or
At 2:30.
I don't know.
What? In 1 hour and a half.
2:30 tonight.
2:30 p.m. PST.
What time is it now?
So that's in 19 minutes.
19 minutes.
All right, deal.
Deal? And I send an email.
All right.
I think I don't have a meeting. Let me check.
Or are you going to get lunch?
I will go to lunch now. See you.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.